Hey guys, so today I'll be playing on every FPS available currently on Fortnite and giving my review and seeing if it's doable or not, and with a hand cam, somewhere around there. I had to put the hand cam on my top left so you guys can see my FPS counter on the right. So yeah, let's go to the first FPS, unlimited. So even though I can't fully see unlimited because I only play on a 240 hertz monitor, I can definitely sort of feel that there is a latency boost, but the screen does look like it's tearing a bit more. You know, it's not as consistent, I guess, but you know, overall in general, it feels nice, but just the same because I can't see 500 FPS. I can only see 240, but latency feels really nice. So yeah, let's go to 360. So for 360, definitely way more consistent, and latency feels the same as unlimited, to be honest. I can't really tell a difference, but it feels a bit more like the frames don't cut out as more, so that feels nice. Yeah, feels pretty nice overall, can't lie. So let's go to 240, which is, by the way, what I play on. Let's see. Well, I guess it's what I'm accustomed to, so, you know, I'd say it's pretty solid. Not much to complain about it. Latency does feel, in my opinion, a bit slower than 360 and unlimited, but it does feel nice and consistent. And the frames, you know, since I only see 240 hertz, it doesn't give too much of a visual difference. So yeah, let's go on to 200. Okay, so as you can see here, or you guys can't see it, but there is an absolutely minor change from 200 to 240. To be honest, it's like very, very minor. I can barely tell it. You know, you sort of can tell the difference, but it's very minor. Definitely not anything like 60 to 144, as we'll get into later. So it's pretty nice. Yeah. So let's go to 180. Okay, so here, even though it's only a 20 FPS difference, I can already tell this is already a pretty big change, to be honest. Like, I can definitely tell that it's a bit more choppy now. Ironically, because 200 to 240 is doubled FPS, but, you know, I'm not sure how the math works for that, but it does. I can start to tell that it actually gets more choppy indeed. So yeah, let's go into 165. To be honest, same thing as 180. Not much of a change, to be quite frank. Yeah, not a big difference. I mean, it makes sense. It's only 15 FPS. It's nothing too crazy. But yeah, I can't tell much of a difference. Although there is, it's just minor again. Now let's go to I'm just gonna skip. Actually, I'll do 160. Let's see. Let's see if it actually does make a difference from 165. And I actually can't tell. You know, I'd say it feels more delayed, I'm gonna be honest, than 165 for some reason. But in terms of just looking at it, it doesn't look to be much better or much worse. So quite frankly, it's the same thing. So yeah, let's do 144. Okay, so ironically, I don't know why, but the input delay feels faster on 144. I don't know what that has to do with it. But it does feel choppier than 160. I don't know if it's just my impression for the input delay, but it does feel a bit faster, to be honest. But yeah, in terms of choppiness, it does make a difference. So yeah. 120, which is for all of y'all next gen console players, PS5, Xbox Series S or X. Yeah. Very similar to 144. I do feel a bit more choppiness, but it's not anything major. It also feels pretty nice, to be honest. Very doable to play. You know, you can definitely be somewhat pro playing with this FPS. Yeah, it doesn't feel bad at all. It doesn't feel as smooth as a 240 or 500 or 360, but it does feel very nice. Now going on to 60 FPS, so it's half, and this is for old gen players. Okay, yeah, so this is like I can definitely tell a difference. It's completely different. You know, this is like, it's completely choppy. Feels like I'm playing it's very, very choppy. You know, you guys can probably not tell a difference because you guys are probably watching this in 60 FPS. But you can definitely tell a difference from 120 to 60. And it's so far definitely the most change I've felt in terms of everything. Choppiness, input delay. You know, it just feels way worse in those aspects. I don't think you can probably go pro in this, to be honest. Or, I mean, everything's possible, but it's going to be very difficult to play some level of competitiveness with 60 FPS. You know, 120, I genuinely think it's doable, but 60, I'm not sure. And that's on PC, which has even lower input delay than console. So, but it's playable, but it's not something you'd desire for. Alright, so let's go to the lowest one, which is 30 FPS for all of y'all Nintendo Switch players. I play Nintendo. Whoa. This is just, it feels like I'm not looking at the screen. You know, you guys can probably tell the difference from 60 to 30 on your end, but this is just, it feels like I'm playing on like a toaster, genuinely. Like I can't even like process the information well. Like if I stand still, it's fine, but like it just looks so weird. The input delay takes forever. Like, let me just give an example. I'm gonna edit like the fastest I can on 30 FPS. That's my fastest with 30, just so you guys have an idea. And I'm gonna just put 240 just as a quick reference. Like, it's such a difference. Like this, I can play on like super well. Yeah, but 30, I don't. Yeah, so competitive. Yeah, competitive. I'm gonna be honest. There's like a 0% chance. Ranked. I mean, yeah, you could probably play ranked, but especially if you're not playing on PC, you know, probably even things like just doing a triple edit. It's probably really difficult. Like I struggled, you know, because you have to calculate like how much time it's gonna take for you to do each triple edit because of how slow and delayed it is. So yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, if you're just playing for fun on Nintendo Switch and you're just trying to have a blast, I mean, it'll work out, but it's not, like I said, for the PS4, it's not something desirable. Even though for PS4, if we go back, which is 60 FPS, or Xbox, which one is it? I think it's Xbox 360. I'm not sure. Or Xbox One S, I meant, for like the old gen. Yeah, like I can build and stuff, especially since it's on PC. You have even less input delay compared to Nintendo Switch. But for example, if we go back to 60 FPS, I'm gonna see how much of a difference it is. Yeah, this is night and day. 30 to 60 FPS is even bigger than 60 to 120 or 60 to 144. 60 into the 100s, you know. Yeah, this now this feels smooth. And I was complaining about 60 FPS, but now this feels really nice. I guess if you haven't played with anything higher, you can't really tell you can't really know what it's like. You know, it's like trying to tell someone a smell, or trying to tell someone how a color is. How do you describe a color, you know? So I guess you kind of have to feel it to understand. But in terms of purely performance-wise, 30 competitive, no way. 60, basically no way. I mean, probably a few years back you could probably make it a bit, but nowadays with how competitive things are, it's basically impossible. 120, yeah, you could probably make it into competitive. Is it more difficult? Still a bit, yeah, because you're on console, there's more delay, since the graphics are really high. There's shadows involved and stuff, but overall, pretty good. 144 to 180, anything like that, you can definitely go pro. There's a few pros, like, if I'm not mistaken, Martaz plays on like 165, because he likes to play on consistent FPS, and you know, he can definitely go pro, for example. So between that, you can definitely go pro, no doubt. And then anything 200 or above is what most pros play on anyways, and it's definitely doable to make it pro. So overall, if you have a budget, go for a higher FPS. If you're a bit, you know, I wouldn't suggest going anything over 240 unless you have a lot of a budget to spend on monitors and stuff. But if you just have a mid to low budget, probably stick under 240. Since nowadays you can get some pretty good deals. I also made a video on that a few weeks ago. You guys can check that out for the monitors. And so, yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, be sure to write down the description in the comment section down below. And yeah, hope to see you in the next video. Peace.